blood! Ah! This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! Order! Order! Oh, hold it. Oh, he had hold it? But the blood could have been sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. Way up there? That's weird. And only found its way to one particular spot of the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? Yeah, here's the other blood stain. It's all too plain to see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No. But it can't be! It's all lies! My fellow jury members! I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? Oh my gosh, he's just slapping that fucking typewriter. I won't tolerate any of the gilt carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3. A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh? And what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zieks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. What are you talking about? It's all there for everyone to see, and it's clearly blood. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Van Zieks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What? Yeah. What a palaver. I must say, I didn't expect such a crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zieks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a feller known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-begotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut tut, not fancies. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? No. I think it's fair to say this does not all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood in the skylight didn't exist, you say. But, if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus has been in the courtroom this entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? That's a good saying. The world and his wife. Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... Alright. What's this playthrough gonna do? It could have been possible. Good job. He's gonna make him angry and I'm gonna have to scream again. Oh god. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. Oh wow, bring that learned friend back to space. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh, good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention from running away from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Bang! What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call in emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Thank you for the flashback. I didn't have to throw my voice like that. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all of the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. To steal inside the omnibus? I've never heard it phrased that way. I guess we've heard that phrase before here as well. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger? Feckless gorger? You're supposed to be defending me! 'Tis a wicked plot! 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is! Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as? To start with, the storage compartment under the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood at the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zieks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
Not even the police? That's weird. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus? Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus?
I mean, there's also the blood on the floor.
My lord. Yes, counsel?
There is one further inconsistency. I'm gonna take a sip of water before McGilded fucking crashes out again. Hang on. A mark that surely could have not been present at the start of the trial.
What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare betray me, you little maggot, you better be watching your back!
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim to have appeared at some point during the trial?
It's the blood on the floor. Or the seat. No, the floor. The seat was, like, there to begin with. Yeah. Ow. Got it! If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Good Lord! Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a fairly careless slip of the tongue. My voice is dying. I can't go deeper anymore. Holy shit. One moment. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Silence. Deafening silence for me to get a cuppa and just...
Ah! This trial is over!
Mr. McGilded,
I've done everything I can possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now.
But you're the defendant.
It's over, I tell you!
Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, it's all a nonsense.
Facts are what that counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there now!
Well,
and over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it had been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zieks. Well, my lord, I must concur with the defendant. The unconfirmed recollection of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, well, I regret to say it would be improper for this trial to continue.
Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zix, what is your position?
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first.
What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yes.
Which would mean we won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really all right for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
I get one of those here? Sweet. Yes, my lord. The defense believes. Oh, the defendant could be guilty.